How's it going, everybody? This is Todd Abedrabbo back again with yet another video. So for this week, it's going to be yet another personal story. In the last video, you saw me talk about how I became a New York Jets fan when I met Dustin Keller back in 2008. This week, it's going to be another personal one, and something that I have personally struggled with my entire life, at least up till this point. So if you remember in the first few videos that I made on my YouTube channel back in 2019, early last year, you may have noticed that I was pretty overweight at the time. You know, I didn't look like what I am now, and I personally had that problem my entire life. In fact, for a few years, I have been virtually overweight, and I've really struggled to get all that weight off of my body. Today, I'm now a lot more successful with that, and today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about my story about my weight loss journey. So this was something that I started last year at around this time and continued all the way up to this point, and even now with all the success I've been having, I'm still continuing it and still planning on continuing this for at least the next few months or for quite some time. So I've been virtually overweight my entire life. In fact, I first really didn't notice that until I was around 7 or 8 years old. And that was when I was a very young kid at the time. And if you knew me, I loved food. And so I would usually eat up a lot of food throughout the course of my day, and it really played a huge effect on my weight. However, at the time, I was just a kid, and I really did not understand much about weight loss or maintaining a good healthy lifestyle or maintaining or losing the weight that I currently had at this point. And really, food was the only thing that I cared about. In fact, I was really hungry almost every single day throughout the entire time. No matter what I ate or how big it was, I would usually always be hungry, and I would always want to go back and get more food because I just love food, and I was just never full. Even if it's like breakfast, lunch, dinner, or dessert, I would always keep putting food into my system because I just always loved food, and I was just I was just never full. Even throughout the time when I was playing football and lacrosse, you know, it was good. It helped me keep a healthy lifestyle and remain active, but it really didn't do anything with my weight because honestly, I was still the same exact weight. In fact, throughout the majority of my high school and at least the early part of my college years, I was around 195 pounds. So really nothing changed when it came my weight, even with all the activities that I was doing. But again, up until that point, I really didn't care much about weight loss, and I was just happy with the way I was and all that stuff. Come late 2018, and what happened was while I was at Union County College, I ended up losing a friend of mine when he ended up having an aneurysm. If you had seen one of my videos when I was doing Phi Beta Kappa Rsi weekly update videos, you probably should know exactly who I was talking about, so I'm not going to bring that up here because that's a private personal story for another day. In fact, it may be for a future YouTube video here on my channel, so stay tuned for that. Maybe I might make a video about that in the near future. And around that time, that really affected me a lot, and particularly it made me feel very depressed, and it also caused me to really eat a lot more. In fact, even when I was starting my YouTube channel, I had really become depressed by that moment that I'd eaten a lot more food every single day and put on a lot more calories that I really didn't notice that I was even gaining all that weight in general. I was just still depressed. I was just binge eating all the time, just try to take it off my mind. And it wasn't until around April of last year that I really finally started to gain notice about how big I had actually become. By around April of 2019, I was in the worst shape of my life. I was huge to the point where I could barely even fit in any of my pants and clothing and all that stuff, and I had weighed at around 230 pounds, and that was the largest that I have ever weighed up to this point. At that point, I really finally decided that I need to start taking my weight seriously, and so really I need to learn a lot more about how I can take all this weight off and start becoming a more active person, in not only just health-wise, but also when it comes to just staying active in general as well. So starting around July of last year, I decided that I was going to start eating only 1,500 calories a day. And it actually worked out for a little bit because I was able to lose a few pounds afterwards, but it really just didn't do enough about exercise. And at the time, I was not really much of an exercise person after I had left high school. In fact, I had a membership with the New York Sports Club here in Springfield. However, I had quit that because I really didn't have much interest in it. And so around January and February earlier this year, I had taken a course called Wellness with a professor named Victoria Baxter at Kane. And it was about maintaining a healthy lifestyle while also maintaining a healthy balance when it comes to my weight as well as my activity level as well. And it was her that actually inspired me to start going to the gym. At that point, I knew just eating 1,500 calories a day was just not going to be good enough. I needed to also start going to the gym and start being active as well. So for at least the first couple months in February and March, I went to the gym at least 3 to 4 days a week, where I had done a lot of weightlifting and also doing a lot of the treadmill, the bikes, and the quads and all of that, even doing a few bench presses as well. And it actually paid off. I started losing a lot more weight than I usually was, and it was really paying off too, because I was starting to notice that I was actually losing a lot more weight. In fact, near the end of the month, I had dropped below 200 pounds for the first time in nearly a year or two. I was like 197 by the time February ended. However, once the coronavirus pandemic started, the gym at King University ended up shutting down. So at that point, I really thought that I had lost my only method of exercise. That wasn't really the case because, there are other things that I know that I can do to stay active during this pandemic. Starting in March and currently still doing right now, I decided to start going out and walking 2 hours per day and pretty long distances as well. And I didn't just do it around Springfield. I also took it to Union and then back as well. So to explain this, what I did was when I started walking, I would start by going up to where the Chipotle was at my place in Springfield, made a U-turn, and then started walking all the way back near my home and around the area where Domino's Pizza and Chinese Garden, the place where I used to get Chinese food a lot at. And then once I did that, I would go all the way to the intersection in Union where a ShopRite used to be. However, that was recently replaced by a thrift shop. Then I would go all the way up to where CVS is along 7-Eleven, continue up the street all the way until I got to the intersection of Union, the plaza there where there was actually a movie theater that I used to go to that my dad and I went to, and I used to love going to that place. And then after that, I would turn around, go all the way back, and then basically get to the point where there was a gas station near my Springfield named BP. I'd do another U-turn there and then walk all the way up to the municipal building, and then up to the Springfield High School, Jonathan Dayton High School in Springfield, and then I would go all the way back home. So that would mainly be about a 2-hour walk, which was 7 or 8 miles. I really don't know, but it's quite a lot of miles. And so I've been doing this for almost every day for about the last several months, with the exception of from mid-April to mid-May when I was doing Ramadan. But otherwise, I've been going out and walking 2 hours a day through Springfield, Union, and back to Springfield for every single day the last several months for 2 hours a day. And man, if you look at me now, it has paid off. Plus going around to 1,500 to 2,000 calories a day, I'm now in the best shape of my life. From this point now to when I was last year, I dropped from 230 pounds to now 150 pounds. So that is almost an 80-pound weight loss. So some of the things that I learned from all of this is, number one, you gotta remain active. And it doesn't matter what you do, just sitting at home playing video games is not gonna be good enough. You gotta get out of the house and actually start walking around a lot. And if there's a fitness center, do some lifting, bench lifting, do some running as well, and a lot of those cardio exercises as well, just so that way you can keep your arms and your legs and a lot of your body flexible as well. So that way you can remain active in general. Number two, you gotta be able to walk around a lot. You gotta do a lot of jogging and a lot of running, a lot of walking outside as well. And I've seen a lot of people do that outside to maintain their weight. So I know that walking around a lot can definitely help you keep a healthy lifestyle. Even if you're not like a big exercise person, going out at least 1 or 2 hours a day to walk, that can definitely help you out with losing a lot of weight. Number three is to be careful with what you eat. And it really doesn't matter what you eat, as long as you're staying healthy and keeping it somewhere around 1,500 to 2,000 calories a day, it's going to help you out a lot. And plus, with all the exercise that you're doing, cutting all of that back as well, that can lead to more pounds lost in a week, or like about 1 or 2 pounds pounds a week. And so that can help your weight loss out a lot quicker. And finally, number 4, and I think this is the most important thing that I'm taking away out of this, do whatever you can to make sure that you get out there and maintain a plan. And I say maintain a plan because this was something that I struggled with quite a bit when I was starting out with my weight loss plan. And around this time last year, I was only just walking around in circles in Springfield, and I would very easily get exhausted because of how heavy I was, and I would just quit after that. But I would still do like 1,500 calories a day. Nowadays now, I'm learning to keep an active lifestyle, so that way I will go, okay, this is when I'm going to go out and do my walk. This is when I'm going to go to the gym and do my exercises, and this is how much I'm going to eat for the day. I have to keep maintaining all 3 of these goals and follow that plan every single day, and that way it would help me out with my weight loss program. And so far it has worked to perfection. I can tell you now I'm in the best shape of my life after an 80-pound weight loss from April of last year to here in October now, and I'm not stopping that anytime soon. I'm going to continue to do my weight loss program, see if I can lose a couple more pounds, and see if I can become more active as well. And hopefully when the gym opens up soon, I can go back in there and do all my treadmill runs and do all my benches, squats, and cleans and all of that, and see if I can become more active and build a lot more of those muscles again, because I really need to build up a whole lot of that muscle. My message to all of you guys, for those that have been struggling with their weight loss program, maintain a plan and go with it. You know, it doesn't matter what it is, as long as it's realistic and it's a smart goal, it's going to help you out a long way. Make sure that you are maintaining your 2,000 calories a day as well, and also make sure you spare a whole lot of time to go outside and do your runs or even do your weightlifting and all of your gym exercises. And it's hard because a lot of us, because of all the work that we're doing outside of that, you know, we don't have a whole lot of time to go to the gym and even do our exercises in general. As long as you can at least put some spare time away for that to go out and do some exercises, it's going to help you out with your weight loss, and it's going to give you some great results along the way. It has with me, and so I'm going to keep doing that for quite some time, because I can tell you right now, I've never been more active than I am at this point right now in my entire life. I can tell you right now, I love the way I look, and I'm not stopping this weight loss plan anytime soon. And so that is my motivational story on my weight loss program, and that's going to do it for yet another video. If you like this one and would like to see more of my videos, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you know when my next video is released. Also, be sure to comment below on what you'd like me to do next, vlogs, projects, challenges, any of that. Be sure to leave them in the comments section below. And also follow me on my social media. All the links to them are in the description below. That being said, that's going to do it for yet another video. Hope you guys are having a great day, and I'll see you guys again soon in another video. So long, everybody.